everyone, today you are going to create your works cited. So to do that, you are going to follow these rules that are here. So the first thing that you need to do is know the difference between a bibliography and a works cited. A works cited is only what you used in your final paper or speech, and a bibliography is all of the sources that you took notes from while you were researching. For this project, you're doing a works cited, so you should only include the information that you actually, or you should only include the sources that you actually are including in your presentation. You guys were using Google Citation as you were going. Please do not use EasyBib. It does it incorrectly. If you need a refresher video on how to use Google Citation, please watch here so that you remember how to do this. If you have databases, which I know a lot of you do, double check this database reminders sheet. So some rules to remember while you are putting together your bibliography or your works cited. First thing is you should alphabetize your entries. So put your entries in alphabetical order by the first word or the last name of the author. Do not alphabetize under A, and the numbers are alphabetized as they would be spelled. Secondly, capitalize the titles. Even if they're not capitalized in the original source, we always capitalize letters in a title. So even if the words weren't titled or weren't capitalized in the original title, you still have to do it on your works cited. The next rule is that you need to abbreviate the months of the year. So you use the first 3 letters of the month followed by a period. May, June, and July should be spelled out. September is SEPT, period. For May, June, and July, you won't need a period after it because they're not abbreviated. But if you did March, it would be MAR, period. You can also skip some information, so you only need to put an author if it's a person's name. If it says like BuzzFeed staff or something like that, then you don't need to put that in there. Also, you can skip the publisher if it's the same as the original source. For example, the New York Times publishes the New York Times, so you don't need to have that twice in a row. So you can take it out when it's the publisher. The last thing is that you need to fix your URLs, so delete the HTTP part, turn off the hyperlink, and break them across lines using a spacebar. So when I go to do my bibliography, if you haven't already, you would click on Tools, and then Citations, and then MLA, we want MLA, we're going to add a citation source. If you got your information from a website, you would click here, a journal, newspaper, wherever you got it from. If you got your information from a database, you would click on what type of source you have, and then you would click on Online Database. If you got your information just from a website, you would click on Website, and then Website. So let's say that my article that I am citing, let's say that I am going to cite this from the New York Times. So the first thing that it asks for is the author. And let's see, do I have an author here? Doesn't look like it. Oh, right here. So Michael D. Shear. So I put his name in there, and then it asks for the article title, which is right here. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. Okay, our website title is New York Times. Put that in. Next thing it asks for is the publisher, and we just talked about how the publisher is the New York Times. So since it's the exact same as the source, we don't need to put that in there twice. The URL is right up there, so we'll just copy and paste that. The day that it was published was today, 3 minutes ago. So remember to put in your dates. You should abbreviate. So today's date is the 19th, so it would be 19 January 2021. Oh, and actually it has, just kidding. Let's put January here. So we can take that out. Okay. And then the access day is today. So today's date is 19 January, Jan, year. And then we don't need a short title. So then you click Add Citation Source, and then you click Insert Bibliography. So now we have it like that. Okay, one thing that we need to do is change all of this to Times New Roman size 12. And then we can take off the HTTPS part. We don't need that. And then you have your citation completely done. Let's say, though, that sometimes it puts this down here. So then you have this weird space left over. Usually it's if this whole thing doesn't fit, so let's say there was more to that. So if your URL was longer, I must put a space in there. Okay, sorry. If your URL is longer, then it's going to kick the rest of it down here, and then you have this big, ugly space there. So then what you need to do is go into your URL, and you need to figure out where you can break it so that it'll hop back up there. So then you don't have this big extra space that's wasted. Then to unhyperlink it, you need to click on Remove Hyperlink, and then it's good to go. So those are the rules for your bibliography. You also need to make sure that you format your document, so your bibliography should be written at the top of the page. Everything should be 12-point font, Times New Roman. It should be double spaced. Don't put any extra lines between entries. So in this entry, my next one would start right here. You don't need to put an extra line down. It should start right up here. And then lastly, check it over. Your bibliographies are due tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Double check them before you hand them in to make sure that they are done correctly. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day.